Welcome to WagerTalk TV. This video is sponsored by WagerTalk.eu. Get a 50% sign-up bonus when using promo code WT50 when signing up. This offer is exclusive to WagerTalk. All right, we are going to talk about the Pinstripe Bowl. I've been complaining about bowl games all day, and this has got to be the worst one because K-State played in it, and it's in a baseball stadium. It's so awkward to be there, but nonetheless.
But it's Yankee Stadium.
It's Yankee Stadium, I get it.
The news is K-State played in a bowl game.
Yeah, that was like 2009. Okay, so anyway, Miami versus Wisconsin. This is a rematch of last year's Orange Bowl. Ralph, you've got a lot of trends over there, so I'll let you get started.
I really don't. You know, Wisconsin's a team that I usually enjoy playing on bowls, and they've been successful with 4 straight wins. But this team's different. They're so one-dimensional. They haven't got the pass game going. You know, when you have a 2,000-yard rusher or close to it, you would think you'd be able to run play action, but they haven't. They're 3-9 against the spread. They lost to 4 or 5 bowl teams. And to me, if you could stop Wisconsin's run game, Miami can. They've held 3 or 4 teams to season lows, a D-line that's allowing 3.3 yards per carry. I think Miami can slow them down.
Brian, your thoughts on the Pinstripe Bowl?
I'm looking the other way in this one. I like Wisconsin. Miami hasn't beaten a team as good as Wisconsin all season long. Their 2 best wins were against Virginia Tech, who struggled to make a bowl, and then the last game against Pittsburgh, who had the conference championship coming up the next week. So it's a situation. Miami has been a very disappointing team all year, although Wisconsin, for the most part, is too. Miami 1-4 straight up and against the spread the last 5 bowl years, including losing to Wisconsin last year. One thing I like going to the bowls is there's such a change from the end of the season until you get to the bowl games. You find a lot of teams, especially the passing teams, your Washington States, your Texas Techs, teams that have that, they got to get that sync down with the quarterback and the receivers. They lose that because they don't play for a month or so. Wisconsin's a team that runs the football. And if you play teams that finish the season in the top 10 in rushing in the bowl games, they do very well because they don't have that timing issue. And Wisconsin is one of those teams. And as you mentioned, Wisconsin's had a lot of success in the bowls. They know how to win in these bowl games. Even though we're going against a rarity of bowl revenge, I think Wisconsin's the better team here, and I like that side.
You know, at one point on Brian's side as well is, you know, it's going to be cold. If you have Miami kids and you get behind early and teams running on you, you can lose your enthusiasm pretty quick, where those Wisconsin kids will be, you know, Miami will dress up, and I'm sure they're going to come out with no T-shirts and act like they've been there and done that. But it's just a different mentality and a mindset, so make sure you keep an eye on the weather as well.
Speaking of mentality and mindset, you mentioned both teams rather disappointing seasons, so to speak, but I think Miami
they go from the Orange Bowl last year to the Pinstripe Bowl. That shows.
Yeah, I think, but Miami had a much more disappointing season, I believe, than Wisconsin. There wasn't a ton of hype surrounding this Wisconsin team this year. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just wondering where the motivation factor comes in. I know it's hard to quantify that from a handicapping perspective, but which team has more motivation? I feel like that would be Wisconsin.
Well, Wisconsin was supposed to be the team to come out of the West. I mean, they were a Big Ten favorite. They had the best O-line in football. They had 4 returning starters. They had 4 all-conference guys, but Miami was as well. They were supposed to challenge. They were supposed to challenge for their conference. So you went from 2 Orange Bowl, New Year's Day 6 bowl people that were division favorites or second favorites to now playing where they are. So I think it's pretty equal on both.
Yeah, when you go into the bowls, one thing I talked about earlier in the season was the teams that were in the top 20 coming into the season and see how they did on the season. And if they finished out of the top 20, you know they still got the great coaching, they got the great players. This is their time to say, okay, we had a bad season. Now we come out, and actually I've seen some stuff on the internet that has talked about that they're very good back.
All right, good stuff from both guys. This video is sponsored by WagerTalk.eu. Get a 50% sign-up bonus when using promo code WT50 when signing up. This offer is exclusive to WagerTalk.